Shatam Remy, I love you. So my husband Rémy Mathieu is being held hostage at the St. George Kimpton Hotel around the corner in Toronto. And I'm making French eggs for my husband because my husband wants me to make French eggs, and it's because we love each other. So it's a French tradition when French couples get married and when they're monogamous and they love each other. This is the way that they tell the world that we love each other and that we're monogamous. And we've been married since we were born because we have an arranged marriage. My husband's being held hostage, so he's going to be rescued soon, and he wants some French eggs to come home to. So we're making some French eggs. So this is the third egg that I made, and it's the one with the little star, Petite Étoile, and it's number 3. And it's inverted right now because the camera's on selfie mode, but I prefer selfie mode, so you know it's a 3, and you'll be able to see that in the pictures and stuff like that. But you can see the star, and it's the French flag, and it's blue, white, red. You might see it inverted because of the selfie mode, but you'll see it in the pictures. And if you're lucky enough to see them in person and meet the eggs in person, then you'll see the flag the right way. But for these purposes, it's fine. So yeah, because usually it's from left to right, it's blue, white, red, and it might be inverted on the screen. But so you want to make sure if you're making your own French eggs, if you're French, or you're making eggs for yourself, then you want to make sure that everything is facing the right direction. Okay. So I'm just drawing a design on these eggs based on the little baby eggs that we're making as well, because these ones are perishable, so these ones are going to be eaten, but we're going to use the design because it's a really pretty design. So I'm going to start on this egg. So my husband and I have been married our whole lives, and we have an arranged marriage. And we love each other very much. We're very monogamous, and we love French eggs. So this is what we are going to be spending our time doing after my husband is rescued and when he comes home. We're going to be making French eggs together and with our kids. And I don't know if this is going to show up on the glossy part. I had to make a bit of a glossy part on this egg because there was a bit of I went out of the lines a little bit when I was doing the star, so I decided to paint the whole side a glossy, like, white color, not knowing that my husband was going to surprise me and tell me that I get to do a whole design on it, because I'm following his instructions, because he has a vision. We have a vision for the eggs, and he was reminding me of what that vision was. So it's working now, so it should be fine. So yeah, we can do as many coats on this as we want, and the more we do it, the more coats we put on it, the more indestructible the eggs are going to become. And then we shellac them at the end, and then we keep them forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. We're going to do a whole bunch of different kinds of eggs with the kids, with our son, and they're going to have sparkles on them and things like that. All right. Okay, so there's a little grassy part at the bottom, so that's going to be painted either green or blue or pink, depending on the egg, and we've ordered all of those little eggs so that it's almost exact, hopefully as exact, as close as we can possibly get. And on the top is the little canopy. That we're drawing. My husband loves me so much, he said we can have French eggs all over the house, everywhere we want, and it's our tradition. So we're going to make French eggs together every day. It is a really fun thing to do, actually. And it's not that expensive, and you get to keep them forever. You want to make sure you take your time doing it though, and you want to really plan, because if you buy them, you don't want to part with them. So you want to make sure you keep them forever when you start the project. I'm going to try doing some with my left hand. It's a little bit difficult. Something I'm trying to do is draw with my left hand, write with my left hand. I don't know if it's going to work though. Oh, it turned out okay. Kind of looks the same as the other one. That's the canopy, or like the circus, the big top thing that we're doing on the top of them. And that color matches the color of the grass, so it's kind of a little bit of a mirror. But the canopy at the top is striped. You can see it on the little egg, that there's stripes on the top, and the bottom is the grass. You can see the grass kind of like poking up at the bottom, and then the flowers and the gold are in the middle. So this is really smudging, so we're gonna have to do a lot of like clean up and touch up on these things before we finish them. So that's the top part, that's all finished. And the pattern on the little egg repeats 3 times, but we're just gonna do it twice to make sure it's perfect. So it's just 3 little flowers on each side. And yeah, so it looks like a bluebell, and then kind of like a marigold, and then there's just like a daisy after it or something. So I'm going to draw the big flower first because it's the most complicated. It just has a stem and then 2 little leaves. And then some petals on the bottom, and some petals on the top. And then the bluebell is kind of hanging in midair beside it. And then there's like a little daisy around the corner, or around the side, that has 5 petals. And 5 little daisy petals. Yeah, 5 daisy petals, and then the little center. So there's the bluebell and the flower in the middle, and the little daisy. Bluebell, flower, and the daisy. And I'm going to do that on both sides. Je t'aime, Rémy. I love you. I'm just going to finish this side, and then we'll post this video. My husband's being rescued soon. Rémy Mathieu. I love my husband. And we're going to see my husband soon. And all 5,000 people have been sentenced. And they're all going to be punished for what they've done. They all have to go to jail. This glossy stuff is a little bit difficult to draw on because it's nail polished. You don't want to wreck the egg. You need to be a little bit careful with it. That's kind of lame. It looks a little bit like a bird. That's okay, because we know it's a bluebell. Bluebell, flower, flower, number 3, bluebell, flower, flower, étoile. Je t'aime, Rémy. I love you.